Looking out our back window, I stood in disbelief as I watched my little town slowly disappear under the water. Good morning. It is Tuesday, October 1st. This is the first time I've really, thought about filming. I guess you just sort of go into survival mode and your priorities kind of line up differently. The horses have been kind of switched around. Because we had to get them up from the bottom pasture, which flooded. And I don't know if I ever said exactly where we are, but I will. Who cares? We are in Black Mountain, North Carolina, one of the hardest hit areas from Hurricane Helene. There isn't any water. There's no gas. There's no food. Many of the towns here have been wiped off the map, like they're just gone. But us personally, we are okay, and our minor flooding is not even anything to speak of compared to many others around here. It is devastating. And Genny is okay. You can see her. The horses are okay right here. They were able to get up to higher ground. Maybe right in here I can insert some of the pictures of where I was trying to get to Genny and where it had flooded. It was more like just, I know people were desperate for people, but I just was desperate to get to her, and I was willing to I was just desperate to get to her, and I was willing to do some things that I probably shouldn't have been willing to do, but I think you just do that, for someone you love. I had no idea if she was swimming, drowning, been washed downstream, or just couldn't get here. Today, I think we're taking the tractor back out to help some people get out. Many people are still stranded and stranded up on the mountains. And what happens is all the water from the mountains just funnel the water into the valleys, and the mountains are not prepared for anything like this. I'm gonna go down and check water for the horses. Okay, yeah, I'm a little bit scattered. I think this whole survival mode just kicks in, and you don't let the gravity of everything around you, it's kind of blocked or something. But then when things start, like power, and as the days move forward, you start to realize just the gravity of how bad it is here. Okay, so I'm gonna go check water because my tripod's about to die anyway. Just come down to check their water. We cannot get water. Even though there's lots of water around us, we cannot get it. Let me let this siren go by. So I said it's Tuesday, so 5 days, and this is where we are. Thankfully, the first few days the buckets did catch rainwater for the horses. We don't need rain, but rain would give them water. But this is where we are with water right now. Genny's probably going to want to come down here and drink. She really drinks a lot. Let's see, there are 4 horses in a different pasture. I thought I heard someone needing help. Their pasture did flood, but they were able to get to a little higher spot. I feel like someone is in need. Anyway, that's where we are with water, and today we're going to have to go find a way to get the horses some water and haul it in. Come on, Genny. The first couple of days, it was constant sirens, nonstop, did not stop for a couple of days. Sirens and helicopters. And yesterday there were many helicopters still coming in, I think rescuing people who are stranded up on the mountains, and many of our bridges washed out, so that means that a lot of people can't get down or to the main roads. The barn did get flooded, not terribly, but it did flood, and we have plenty of hay. The bottom hay, of course, not that great, but yeah, there's no horse feed, no people feed. The grocery stores were damaged, and our feed stores. So we're rationing out horse feed. They're good on hay, praise the Lord. You know, we're all just trying to come together and make it, and you really see the goodness in people. Yes, there's been some bad. There's definitely been some selfish people, but the majority have been just amazing, just neighbor helping neighbor. And I think when you see your friends finally make it down off the mountain, or you know, hear their voice, that's what's important. And you really appreciate life. And I haven't heard from my daughter and granddaughters for 5 days. I've gotten word that they're okay, but I haven't personally spoke to them or heard from them. can probably still hear the helicopters coming in. The helicopters have been constant, just like the sirens were the first couple of days nonstop. I don't know if I even said that already, but helicopters are doing food drops, I believe, and doing rescues and just assessments. They've been assessing the dams that are around us. I had started walking to the barn, which a round trip was about 3.5 miles, but my husband made it to Greenville yesterday to get gas and brought it back for a couple of families. So we were able to get gas in our trucks and into the tractor. Many people's driveways have been washed out, so they're unable to get anywhere. There is no internet service, Wi-Fi, no phone service. We don't really know the news. We don't know the weather. I do have a crank radio that we've been listening to. It works by crank or battery. But really, a lot of the radio stations around here have lost power and they're running out of fuel on their generators, so they're unable to. We have a little misfit here who's trying to take over my camera. Hey, Penny. Hey, honey. This is Penny. We were quite worried about her, but she made it to higher ground with her little legs. They're all sort of in these moods. But the sun did come out yesterday, and that they all just kind of stood around and had sunshine baths. Both pastures had fences that had washed away, and so the first day that we could get to them, we started on fencing so that the horses would stay put. There's just so much going on that it's hard to get your brain to comprehend and wrap around everything that's happening. I know this is a scattered talk, but I just sort of having trouble thinking about everything that's going on, and I do miss hearing from you all, and I have been thinking about you, and I know there are many of you on there that had posted on the post where I asked where you're from, many of you from North Carolina and Tennessee and Virginia and Florida and Georgia, and I pray that you all are okay and that your damage is minimal, and you know, even though it's been horrendous, God is still here and He's still with us, and He's still taking care of us. I know many have been lost. I don't know what the number is now. Last I heard, it was 600 or 700 just in Buncombe County missing. The death toll I heard was rising. And I'm so sorry for those losses. It's just heartbreaking to hear, and there could be many more because so many are stranded up on the mountains, and I know our servicemen and women are trying to get to them, and we thank you so much for the law enforcement and firefighters and EMS and National Guard is here, all those, the linemen and the tree cutters and just everyone who is working so hard for our communities and our little towns around here. We're so grateful for all that you're doing, and we know that you must be getting tired, and we just thank you for. There's been people come from everywhere. We can see on the fire trucks and on the rescue trucks that you're coming from everywhere, and we're so grateful.
You lift me up, 'cause no